All right, welcome back. We're coming to you just a little bit ahead of the demo because we wanted to do a couple of extra things. Again, I'm Andy Turner. Again, we are streaming live on Facebook. We're on YouTube. We're on WeinigHolz-Her.com. That's where we'll be all day. The videos will be there live today. They'll be there. They'll live there moving ahead, so they'll be able to, you can watch them later if you want to go back and see anything. We want to take just a couple of minutes here before we get started on the next demo. The last feed that we had, I was telling you a lot about what I'm seeing from our technicians, and I have really been impressed with just the professionalism and the knowledge that our technicians have on all the different machines, and there's no exception to the ones that we have here with us today. So I wanted to take just a couple minutes. I've got a couple guys here. One of them is a technician with Axis Machinery. One of them is a technician for Holz-Her, is an employee technician at Holz-Her, and I wanted to just take a couple of minutes and introduce them one at a time, let them tell you a little bit about what they do for the company and maybe something fun. Come on in, Jordan. First, I'm going to introduce you to Mr. Jordan Hawkins, one of our technicians that works with me in Mooresville. Of course, I don't see him that often, so when I do get to see him, I like to hang out some. So Jordan, why don't you just take just a couple minutes, tell them who you are, what you do.
All right. How you doing? I'm Jordan. I'm a CNC technician for Holz-Her. I've been with the company maybe about a little bit over 7 years now, and I do the full product line of our CNCs, going from Evolutions all the way up to our bigger Pro Master Series. I do live in North Carolina, so I'm about 30 minutes above the showroom in Mooresville, and I fly out, different states, different customers. I do installation as well as teach the software classes in-house for our bigger machines as well. Awesome.
That it?
Yeah, I think that covers about most of it.
Before this, we thought Jordan was really going to talk a whole lot, but it's okay that he's not, Not everybody gets real comfortable the first time being on camera. I will say that Jordan is one of our he's a top-notch guy, but he's also one of our top-notch technicians. He's a little humble in all of the things that he does for us. He's one of our top 5-axis guys as well, so, if you know much about CNC routers, you know that programming a 5-axis is light years ahead of trying to just program a nested sheet for making cabinet parts, and Jordan does all of it, and he does it really well. Also, while we're here, we have one of our top technicians that we have on the agent side. So I want to introduce Ryan. Ryan, come on in here and tell a little bit about what you do and how long you've been with Axis.
Hey guys, my name's Ryan Page. I started with Axis yesterday. I'm just kidding. I've been with Axis for about 5.5 years now, and before that I worked in a cabinet shop for almost 11 years, so been in the industry for a long time. Really like the work. We kind of specialize here at Axis in Holz-Her machinery as well as Weinig machinery. I'm factory certified to install edge banders. I've got lots of experience working on the CNC or breaking them, but we usually try to fix them. That's it. What else you want to know?
That's good.
My birthday was last week.
Well, happy birthday. Happy birthday. All right, very good. Also, Ryan is one that if you've been in our booths at trade shows, you may have seen Ryan working. Typically, he comes to help us with some of the panel processing demonstrations that we'll do live for you on the floor at a trade show. So we certainly appreciate it. Just trying to highlight a little bit. We've got some excellent guys with incredible knowledge of machinery that are helping us out every day. They are when all of this started. If you will remember, when we first started the TCA and we were talking about different things, when our industry became known as essential, so they allowed us to keep going. It wasn't an easy thing with all of the fears that were out there. It wasn't an easy thing, and our technicians continue to travel. Our technicians continue to travel because they knew that they needed to travel because they had to help our customers keep going. Our customers kept running because they were deemed as essential. They were still going to have problems with machines, and they're still going to need some help. And our technicians were excellent. They've continued to travel. A lot of times they were sending us pictures of empty airports because they were the only ones on the plane, and they continue to go. Even though there was a lot of uncertainty out there, they continue to go. So when we talk about first responders, absolutely, those people are critical. All the people at the hospitals that have been helping out that were deemed as essential. Let's also remember these technicians, not just in our industry, but other industries that have continued to go to make sure that our country can continue to manufacture. And manufacturing is a big part of our economy. Okay, so we've got just a couple of minutes. Do we want to keep talking, or do we want to? Okay, so what we're going to do next is we do have a demo coming up that's about 5 minutes away. While we're waiting, we're not quite ready for the tour of the showroom, but I will bring Wes back in here to talk to you a little bit about what we're going to see. A little bit of noise coming on, that's okay. This is a working showroom. I remember listening to the demo yesterday, and Chris Timmer was talking about the showroom at Scarlett being a working showroom, meaning they have machines running. And this is also a working showroom, and they are ready to show demonstrations of machinery, demonstrations of technology here live, or we can do it virtually. So let me bring Wes in here. Wes, come on in here. Bring you back in a little bit. Just tell us a little bit about, we're not ready for the tour of the place, but tell us a little more about what you guys offer service-wise as we're focused on technicians.
Well, we decided that we were going to be a service and sales company. A lot of companies, they rely on just selling equipment. And when we started this company back in 2003, my partner that I had started the company with was actually a technician. So what we did is we decided that without service, we can't have sales, and without sales, we can't have service. The number one thing that we need to do is take care of our customers. So we're constantly expanding our sales department. We're constantly expanding our service department. We have two technicians here that are both AAR certified. Jeff Canning is our service manager. He does an amazing job at taking care of our customers, and that's the main thing that we try and focus on. What we try to do is we keep one service technician local and one service technician traveling, and then we rotate back and forth. Both of them spend a lot of time on the road. They're used to staying in hotels. We even send them down into Phoenix when it's blazing hot and 114 degrees. Not fun. So to make them feel better, I usually follow them down there and sweat as well. So, but what we would like to do is also concentrate on making sure that as we grow our company, that we match our sales with our service, and that we don't get overworked and overwork our guys or leave our customers hanging. So we try to do things at least respond within 24 hours to 48 hours, but then we also partner with Weinig and Holz-Her and their technicians. We actually have a service technician that lives here on the Weinig side. His name is Matt Rigo, excellent Weinig technician. They just got a new technician that is in charge of beam saws. His name is Chris. He just recently moved to Salt Lake. Haven't got to see him much because they have him on the road all the time as well. But we do work well with Weinig and Holz-Her and their service, and we will even fill in for their guys when it's needed, just so that we can take care of the customers. So that is important to us. Turn it back to you.
Okay, just for a second, and then we're about ready to get started. But I do just want to focus a little bit, or to recap some that we've been going to some of our locations of our partners this week. We started Monday, we were in Miami down at Florida Machinery. Excellent partner. They do so much for us down in South Florida. Yesterday you saw an excellent example of another one of our partners that does a great job for us in the Midwest. And this is another great example, Access International Machinery here in West Jordan, Utah, just outside of Salt Lake. So they're close to airports if they had to travel to, and they do an excellent job of helping us to take care of our customers, to sell our equipment here, promote our equipment in this region. They cover a very large part of the western region for us. We have a saying, we like to say it a lot, sales sells the first machine. That's the way it works. Sales sells the first machine. If you ever want to sell another machine to somebody, it's because of service and how we're going to take care of those customers. Okay, so we certainly want to make sure that we don't forget about those technicians. They are super important to our business. Okay, so we're going to pivot. Again, we are live on Facebook. We are live on YouTube. We are live on WeinigHolzer.com. That's where you can, on WeinigHolzer.com, you can see the schedule of events that are going to happen throughout the course of the day and tomorrow. On Facebook, we're going live. On YouTube, we're going live. At WeinigHolzer.com, we're also going live. All right, I'm going to turn it back over to Wes, and he's going to introduce what's about to happen.
So our next demo is going to be the Evolution machine. We're going to have Jordan and Ryan and Lynn present that machine as well. The Evolution is probably one of the most versatile machines that we have. A lot of people will get an Evolution machine in addition to a beam saw, in addition to a CNC, or to be the main workhorse of the shop. It's a really easy machine to use. What I'm going to do is I'm going to turn it over to Lynn here, and Lynn's going to explain a little bit about what the Evolution can do, how the software works, and then we're going to run some demos. One of the things that we're going to be doing is also demonstrating LockDowel. This machine has the ability through a macro to quickly change over and do the LockDowel. So I'm going to introduce Lynn. I've worked with Lynn a lot of years. He's a local boy here too. We give each other a lot of crap, and it's fun to tease him, and he's been a good friend for a long time. Here's Lynn.
Thanks, Wes. I'm Lynn Sheffield, Holz-Her Product Specialist for the CNC Machining Centers. I'm going to be demonstrating the Evolution 7405 today. One thing I want to start out with is the history of the Evolution. Basically comes from the use of manual machines, and then from manual machines into the process of point-to-point machines and rail and pod. And from that point that we've gone to, from the rail and pod machine, the one unique thing that the Evolution does over any other machining center is it does use the vacuum pod. Every other machining center that you can machine all the way around the part is unique in the industry over anything else. We have a lot of different options on machining centers, vertical, horizontal, but all of those other machining centers have to clamp the part to hold the part in place. The Challenges Award-winning Evolution is unique in the fact that it holds the part with vacuum pods. And because of that, we can machine all four sides. So it's a true machining center on all four sides of machining. No other machining center in the vertical footprint that this machine has can offer that. The machine actually has, I'm going to have Jordan come over here and show some of the controller, but the machine actually has 10 vertical drills and it has 6 horizontal drills. And what we're going to do is show you a little bit of the screen here. So we have the vertical drill, we have 10 verticals, 6 horizontals, so we can machine all the way around the part in X and Y. We can machine one spindle at a time or gang drop them. We can also machine any type of part that would be for knockdown fittings, for hardware, for cabinetry, for doors, 35 millimeter, 5 millimeter, 8, whatever it might be that you might need. We also have an X-axis grooving saw, which is right there, so we can dado and groove the back. We have a 9 horsepower spindle on this machine, which is much larger than most of our competitors are. We also have a 6-position tool changer we can show that is actually on the machine inside with an HSK tool holder. Again, it's one of the largest, heaviest machines built with the positioning and also the 6-position tool changer. We have an 8 cubic meter Becker vacuum pump that is incorporated into the base of the machine. We also have laser measurement for panel positioning, again, which is unique for repeatability and precision for all the panels. We can use vacuum pods up from 80 by 80 to, can you grab a couple of those pods? Yep. Those other pods over there, just to show them the different sizes of the vacuum pods that we can interchange, which we will show you that. So there's an 80 by 80, that one is a 40 by 80, and we can go down to a 28 by 80, just to hold very, very small parts on this machine, which is unique in the industry that no one else can offer. We have a full suite of campus software on this machine that comes loaded. The one unique thing about this machine as well, other than like a nesting base router, is all the software required to run this machine come on the machine standard. You don't need to purchase additional third-party software to operate this machine. So here's a cabinet side that we've actually loaded. That is a LockDowel that has a dado in the back. It has LockDowel, it has line drill. It's got your positioning for your hinges, your drawer slide, and all of that is incorporated into the machine software that you get. The door hardware is also able to run, like I said, we can do that. We can do any kind of closet connections, dados, dowel construction, knockdown fittings, any type of fitting you guys might be using for construction. The parametrics, there's parametric software which is standard on the machine as well that you can pull up at any time to do left, right. We can load the machine from left, eject out the right, or feed it back to the operator. So the operator has his hands free. He can be doing secondary operation while the machine's producing the parts. We can also, the machine comes barcode ready as an option. We can do a barcode reader off of your library of parts. And we also have a remote system right there that Jordan has that you can walk around and actually run the part slowly to make sure if you have any questions on the part that you just programmed. So the other thing we're going to do on the Evolution is we're actually going to run this base end right here, the program that we just pulled up. Going to show you that, and then we're going to assemble a box just to show you how easy it is to produce parts on the Evolution. So.
All right, so this is our main software for running actual programs. This is what's called Work Center. It is a Windows-based program, so if you look on the left-hand side where our program names are, it's very similar to what you'll see in a standard Windows computer, whether it be 7 or 10, whatever you're used to. We can go here and select the folders for where our programs are located, whether it be a thumb drive that you plug in, or if you're outputting from a third-party software, or if you're drawing your programs directly on the machine, you just go to your folder and open it up. And here we have our LockDowel folder because we have our programs categorized based off what operations we're actually doing. If we're doing LockDowel, I can have a folder for LockDowel. If I have horizontals, where I'm doing dowel construction, I can have a folder for that. Or if I'm using lamello or any other connectors or styles that we have for making cabinets. So here I'm going to grab my program here, which we're running the base side left, correct? Yeah. So I'm going to grab my program, drag it over to the table of the machine. It's going to load up. I can zoom in and I can check my operations, make sure things that are going through are actually going through. I have my saw blade, my drill holes are all showing up on my program. And I can also manipulate the vacuum pods if I want to for custom configurations. But once I have it complete, it looks how I want it to look, ready to run, I'm going to activate the table. And that will allow our pods, our automatic pod positioning on this machine to go into effect. It's giving us the status, waiting positioning. Once it's done, it's telling you to insert the workpiece left. Yep. So I want to show the positioning of the pod. Once the program is loaded, the pod will position exactly where it needs to be located for the part. You can roll the part in, put it in place, with a stop system. Hit the button. There. Vacuum is engaged. Hit the start button, and it's ready to run. That's simple. Parts loaded, it's now being machined.
So right now you can see, if you look inside the machine here, as Lynn was mentioning earlier, you can see that it's doing the perimeter cut all the way around the piece. It's already trimmed the bottom, the left side, the top. Now it's doing the right side. That's just part of what Lynn mentioned earlier about what makes our machine unique and gives us an edge up on the competition. Right now we're grooving in the X with our saw blade for our dado, for our back. We use the saw blade. It gives us an extra spot on our tool holder that doesn't have to be taken up by a 1/4 inch down shear, but by all means, if you want to use a 1/4 inch down shear, you just put one in the machine. It all depends on however you want to program it. It's completely customizable. for however you want to assemble your cabinet. Right now it's doing a tool change, going to pick up the bit for our LockDowel. LockDowel uses a unique bit that's made by LockDowel for LockDowel. On their website, they've got very good, thorough instructions on how to program for their cut for using LockDowels. I use that myself as I was setting up this demo. It's actually a 2-cut process for the slot, but it uses the same bit. We'll show you more of that when we go through and assemble the cabinet later on. So it's got 3 slots in the bottom, 3 in the top, and then I've got 1 in each of the nailers on the back. Again, that's just how I designed this cabinet. It's totally customizable for whatever suits your assembly method, whether that's doweling, lock dowels, dados with screws. You can do whatever you want. Finishing up our lock dowel operations here on the back right now. Then we're going to, now it's using our 5mm line bore drill bits to drill the holes for our shelves, holes for our hinge bits, and whatever else you want drilled into it. We've also are doing, we have the ability on this machine to drill in the horizontal and vertical, so you have true 5-sided machining if you count the face, because you can machine the face, of course, as well as all edges of the panel. So our part, you're on my cord. Our part came out the left side of the machine here. Jordan pulls it out there. So now here we can take our part, edge band it, assemble it, and it's ready to go. I'm going to hand the mic back over to Lynn.
Great, thank you. So the other thing we're going to do is, once this part is complete, is we're going to actually open up the machine and show you the drill head, the tool change, and the construction of the machine as soon as Jordan is done here. So the other nice thing about the machine is, like again, all the software required comes on the machine already loaded, and you don't have to get any third-party software to operate and run the machine. So the training is all done on site. So there's no secondary training. Once the machine is delivered, installation includes all the training and setup and startup, and everything you need is already on the machine to operate it. Hey Jordan, can you open up the door? Yeah. To show them the tool changer. Want to show you a little bit about the construction, the heaviness, the weight of the machine, the design, the build, and also the small footprint that this machine takes up in your shop. Because the small footprint is really, floor space is a premium, and the size of the machine and the capacity and what it can do for you is virtually second to none. A lot of our customers already have maybe a beam saw, a vertical saw, edge bander, a router, but the Evolution is a nice addition, secondary machine, or even a main production machine to go next to a beam saw or vertical. So you've got your 6-position tool change right here, your HSKs. You've got your vacuum system. You've got your roller hold downs. Again, your router, and then all your drills up there as well. But this whole frame is machined all at once at the factory in a one solid piece. So it's very, very stable, and there's no vibration. And the parts and the precision and repeatability are the main features that you are going to get out of the Evolution. So right now we're actually going to assemble a box that we've machined. We're going to come back over here. Thank you, Jordan. And we're actually going to Ryan, since he designed this box and he's a cabinet maker. was a cabinet maker, but he's a good machine tech now. So.
All right, so we've got our two. Will you come over here so I'm not one-handed?
I'll hold the mic for you. You want me to do it?
I don't care.
Yeah.
All right, so we've got this cabinet. Again, it's just how I drew it up. You guys can do it however you want it. I know there's 101 ways to assemble a cabinet. But I've got a top and a bottom, 2 nailers on my left and right side, and then my dado for my back, which for this demonstration I don't have a back to put in it. But the connectors are here that, if you can see, are these LockDowels. This piece, again, was machined on the Evolution. We used our horizontal or vertical bits to drill into the edge of the board. Again, part of that true 4 or 5-sided machining, however you look at it. I usually count the face and all 4 edges, so to me that's 5 sides. This is what a LockDowel looks like. This is the part that I've actually put in here. It's 8mm dowels on there. They're barbed, so they're not going to come back out, and they're on 32mm centers, which is the standard for a lot of drill blocks. So we can come over here. I don't know if you can kind of see the way the slots are cut. Again, this is a 2-operation cut, but it was cut by the same bit. All this information is available on LockDowel's website on depths, cut speeds, and all that. They've got very good information on there for people that are looking into thinking about using this product for their assembly method. So we've got our bottom, put it in there. One thing I've got to do is set all my pieces where they're supposed to go, and then push it all together to kind of lock it in, if you will. Hopefully I designed it right and it goes together. Kind of get these lined up down here so they all drop in their little holes here. Come over to this side. Ow. Don't pinch yourself. All right. Get us up on a nice flat surface. And then we'll take and either press them down, tap them down into position where they need to go. Do the same over on this side here. Push him down, push this one up. And that's essentially it. At this point, I'd slide in my back, or if you use a full 3/4 back, again, I keep repeating myself, but I know there's 101 ways to build a cabinet. What was that? Yeah, and it gives you a nice solid box. No glue, no fasteners. Keep dropping it in there. But now it's ready to be taken to the job site, installed. I can even disassemble it if I need to. It'll come right back apart, and you know, for whatever reason, if I needed to do that, and then I could reassemble it again if I needed to recut a piece or something.
Thank you very much, Ryan. Thank you, Ryan. Very nice box. Again, like we say, it doesn't matter what type of manufacturing you're doing now. If you're cutting on a vertical, a slider, a beam saw, the Evolution can take those parts, machine all of the product that you need to give you your final assembly of your box, no matter what your construction. If you want to do a dowel, you want to do a blind dado, any of that product can be done on an Evolution. The Evolution is, again, a very unique tool. It's very well priced. We encourage you to look at the machine, come to Mooresville or Axis Machinery for a demonstration, and just take a look and see what you've been missing. Other than that, we'd maybe turn it back over, and we'd turn it back over to Andy and see if we have anything else we want to present. Thank you.
Thank you, Lynn. That was a great rundown. I mean, you guys, thank you so much for doing that. We saw a lot of stuff here. We saw the Evolution make parts. You know, the Evolution, we needed to cut it somewhere, whether it be on a saw or somewhere else. And then the Evolution can take it from there. We saw the LockDowel construction. These unique fasteners are getting more and more popular in the industry because it helps with assembly. Now you don't make mistakes with assembly, but also you can take it apart and take it with you when you leave. So we thank you for that. I'm not sure what's our schedule looking like. Well, what's the next live stream? I should know that. I really should know what time our next live stream is. So after lunch here in Utah, which is I guess 2 o'clock, or it'd be 3 o'clock on the East Coast, we're going to show you the 1380. 1 o'clock, which will be 3 o'clock on the East Coast. 1380 Lumina will be the demonstration, and I think, did I hear a rumor that Wes Shepard himself is going to do the presentation? So if you guys were wondering about that, tune in, let Wes tell you about the 1380 at 1 o'clock Mountain Time, 3 o'clock Eastern Time. All right, with that, we're going to wrap it up. Remember, we're on Facebook, we're on YouTube, we're on WeinigHolz-Her.com. Like us, share us on Facebook, like us on YouTube, subscribe on YouTube. You'll be able to keep up with these things as they happen. Thanks a lot.